right, if you haven't heard the news yet, the Namco action horror trilogy called Splatterhouse is finally going to be completed on the Sega Genesis. Now, if you remember correctly, in America, North America, USA, I know I get a lot of flack for saying America, but the USA, we only saw Splatterhouse 2 and 3 on Sega Genesis, and the arcade original was only seen on the TurboGrafx 16. Finally, thanks to some fans, namely over at Monster Bath Games, who are using the Scorpion engine for the Sega Genesis. That was originally for the Commodore Amiga. YouTube it, check it out. It's pretty interesting piece of software they got going there. They're using the Scorpion engine to create their version of Splatterhouse for the Sega Genesis. Now, what's interesting is they're already off to a great start. I will warn you right now, there is no public demo available at the time of this recording, so we're limited to the very limited available footage. Going by that footage, I can say it looks like they're doing quite well here. A lot of things from the arcade are in this version that were also missing from the NEC version, which is like corpses in the foreground as Rick walks by. You know, if you're not familiar with Splatterhouse, you play a character wearing a hockey mask named Rick Taylor. Him and his girlfriend entered a mansion to try to get away from the thunderstorm. Well, it's a haunted mansion. And we're not talking Disney haunted either. We're talking more like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees type haunted, like, you know, some really messed up stuff going on here. It's 2D side-scrolling. You go through levels. You fight a room. You fight a globulous freaking collection of heads. I mean, all kinds of just wild stuff you're going to be seeing in this game. And it's hard as nails. It will not hold your hand. There is no tutorial. You are limited to 3 lives, I believe, and you have very few continues. You will be seeing the title screen a lot. Just know this is probably harder than Nintendo hard, if you've ever heard that term. I'm interested in seeing what they can do, if they're going to add anything to this, or if they're going straight for, or just for a straight arcade port. Hopefully they do both. They offer an original and their version, or a remix, whatever you want to call it. Anyhow, it's currently, like I said, there's no demo available right now. I'll have some links in the description below to other coverage so you can follow along. So if you have a certain website or whatever you want to comment, let me know what other websites and such are covering this, and I'll add their links to the description. Let me know what you think of this. Coming up on Halloween, you're excited?